Hello, Rattlers, family, and friends. I'm your host, Skylar Davis, and welcome to Beyond the Sky Entertainment. Now let's jump right into Skyline with Sky. 2021 will forever be known as the year of change. We have officially had a transition of power and the future is looking different. You know, going to a HBCU is such a blessing. The things you learn here are truly remarkable. It is amazing to have witnessed a monumental moment in history. Kamala Harris is the first female vice president, the highest ranking female elected official in U.S. history, the first African American and first Asian American vice president. Joe Biden has already started working on rebuilding the nation's strategy for combating the ongoing spread of the coronavirus. Within Biden's first 100 days in office, his plans include administering 100 million shots to 50 million people. On Friday, Biden signed 2 executive orders regarding stimulus checks and federal food assistance. During his remarks, he stated that the most recent $900 million relief bill was just a down payment. During this time of much change, we have lost a longtime legend, CNN host Larry King. The Brooklyn native spent 25 years at CNN interviewing all presidential candidates and increased the network on an international level. Even after his retirement in 2010, he still continues to inspire others. Beyond the Sky Entertainment sends our condolences to all of King's family and friends. As the government continues to disperse COVID-19 relief funds, the amount of fraudulent activity continues to increase. According to the U.S. Department of Justice, 46-year-old Austin Shue of Issaquah has pled guilty to 1 count of wire fraud. Shue claimed more than $700,000 in COVID-19 relief funds that is truly designated for small businesses that are struggling during this pandemic. It is believed that the Washington chiropractor submitted over 9 applications illegally seeking more than $1 million. His scheme included using the names of his current and former employees to apply for loans and flashing filing taxes to support his scheme. Now in our local news, the Florida Capitol was closed on Thursday because of a report of a bomb threat. The Tallahassee Police Department reported a bomb threat around 12:46 on Friday morning. 61-year-old Mark Clark was arrested and charged with making a false bomb threat in reference to a state-owned property. Clark was released on a $10,000 bail late Friday morning. No explosive or suspicious items were found during the sweeping of the Capitol and the Capitol complex early Thursday morning, after receiving a notice of a bomb before 3 a.m. After Trump supporters stormed the Capitol last week, more than 40 people have since been charged in federal court. During this time, Governor Ron DeSantis activated the Florida Guard at the request of Tallahassee Mayor John Daley. Here at Beyond the Sky Entertainment, we always inform rattlers with important updates on how to stay safe during these troubling times. They are asking for faculty, staff, and students to not engage protesters. Report any suspicious or violent behavior on campus to FAMU PD at 850-599-3256 or any law enforcement authority. And we'll see you after the break with Hot Topics.
Stem is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to load their minds. Dare to explore. Dare to STEM. Learn more at She Can STEM.
Welcome back to Hot Topics, and I hope you have your cups because listen, the tea is piping hot this week. But I want to start off with introducing my guest, Justin Brown, and your favorite rattler, just to get into some of this tea. In current events, we cover all the important information about the inauguration, but let's get into all the juice that we peeped on camera. Starting off, former President Donald Trump decided to pardon Kodak Black and Lil Wayne, who were prosecuted for having federal weapons offenses. A few months ago, Lil Wayne was seen pictured with Donald Trump supporting his presidential campaign, and many called him a coon and a sellout because of this. Do you think this was strategic or Lil Wayne has actually lost his mind?
So I can see how it can be a little bit of both. You know, he definitely was trying to get the pardon, you know, trying to get the charges dropped so he doesn't go to prison.
Right.
But Donald Trump?
I'm not living for the memes that Kodak has been posting. I'm not living for the laughs. I don't know if Kodak has been in jail too long or what, but has he seen all the mess that Donald Trump has gotten the United States into? Yeah. I'm not sure.
Love Kodak as an artist, love his music, but sometimes as a person, he doesn't make the best decision.
Right, and as far as Lil Wayne, I know he's lost his mind because he got like 4 dreads right now. right now, so he definitely lost his mind. As for Kodak Black, although he is released from these charges, he still may be facing charges on sexual misconduct with the high school teenager. I'm not sure where Donald Trump was going with these pardons, but I feel like there were some other well-deserving people. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that.
I think we both can agree. In other inaugural news, is it a bird, a plane, or is it Bernie Sanders flying next to the bird and plane? I don't know. Recently, social media has created a meme out of U.S. Senator Bernie Sanders, and it has him placed everywhere. I have seen Bernie on the moon, in paintings, in movies, in album covers, in the middle of basketball games. I even saw Bernie as Monica sitting on the sidewalk. Now, isn't that something? These endless memes stem from the way Bernie Sanders sat at the inauguration in his own chair away from everyone, probably abiding by social distancing guidelines. But the internet is quick and decided that his placement had a little too much humor.
I think the memes are just hilarious.
They
I even saw one. He was up on like the cable line with the birds.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh.
I seen him on the album cover of Big Sean's album. Now that one
wow,
had
I
me
didn't see that
screaming.
one.
But my favorite one was definitely him with the white heels on.
Yeah, the Monica.
The
that
Monica
one.
one. I wonder if
That was
Monica
definitely
got a
my
laugh out
favorite.
of that, because those shoes were a mess. But to see Bernie and him had me literally dead. One of my favorite topics is the verses last week with Keisha Cole and Ashanti. This battle was supposed to take place last year in early December, but due to Ashanti contracting COVID, the verses was postponed. Please, let's, before we get into this topic, who were you going for initially?
Initially, I was definitely team Keisha Cole. I feel like it's only right, you know?
Right,
Keisha
now-
has all the nostalgia hits.
Yeah. Ashanti can sing better, but Keisha has the bops. So I was going for
Keisha's got the
Keisha.
bops.
But you know what made me mad about Miss Casey? When she came late and didn't even apologize. That was kind of
Came
disturbing.
late, didn't
And I think she was
apologize.
drunk.
I think she had a little something in her cup.
She was a little lit. I don't know what Miss Casey had
I don't know
going
what
on.
she was on, but
But
hey,
Shanti
I can't
had-
even be mad at
yeah.
Keisha because it got canceled twice.
Right.
'Cause
Well, I'm a little mad at Keisha, but Ashanti had positive vibes. The only thing
Yeah,
I
Ashanti
didn't,
did have
yeah,
positive
the only
vibes.
thing I didn't like so much was the DJ was playing Ashanti music while waiting for Keisha Cole. I'm like, y'all gonna run out of the box.
Yeah, I was saying, like, he's already playing the songs. I was like, what round is this? Like,
Right. But both women looked so beautiful.
So beautiful.
I don't know which outfit I liked more. I know they both had on black, but
They did.
I
but
don't know which
think
one.
I favor Ashanti's look a little more. She
I
was
think I
giving,
do too.
Ashanti was giving classy.
it was the bling for me.
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
the bling.
I really like that.
The attitude was a little there from Miss Keisha, but maybe it was because she was late. Maybe the makeup artist didn't finish her eyebrow on time. Who
Maybe.
knows?
Who knows why she was late? But yeah, she
Yeah.
definitely had a little tood.
Now, after watching the verses, do you think Keisha won or do you think Ashanti won?
I want to give it to Keisha because, like I
Okay.
said, I was pulling for her, but I have to be honest. I think Ashanti.
Well, I'm
think she pulled it off.
gonna go ahead and say this, and people might get on me for this, but who cares? Ashanti definitely can sing better than Keisha Cole.
That is a
but
true statement.
Keisha's vocals during his verses, they weren't there.
They weren't
They weren't
there.
there, but she played all the songs that I want to hear, so I give it half and half.
Yeah, okay, I can agree with that. Because
So,
Keisha, I mean,
yeah.
you know, she has the bops. The
Right.
bops are there, and verses isn't about the live vocals; it's about the hits.
Oh, well, for me, it's about the both. But I guess Miss Keisha did win. Next up, the viral Bust It Challenge left us all feeling confidence, but our knees do not feel the same. However, Chloe Bailey, who is a member of the singing duo Chloe and Haley, has left us speechless with her performance. I, as well as many others, can say that she definitely won the challenge and no one has any complaints. Even her own sister said on Tea Time Live that her jaw dropped when she saw it, and I could not agree more. She looked beautiful.
She looked amazing.
Ma'am said, I do not have a Disney contract. She went ahead and did the Busted Challenge.
Yeah, no, she definitely did.
I
her
think
thing.
she won.
She ate. Yeah, yeah.
You ate, Miss
Tens
Chloe.
across the board.
10.
It's tens for me.
Although we love the Busted Challenge and song, there was a song that came out last week that was not a fan favorite.
Yellow bonus, what he wants, what he wants. Yellow bonus, what he wants, what he wants, what he wants. Para Miguel se lo dan, para Miguel what I want.
Danny Lay has released a song called Yellowbone that was not admired by anyone this past week. The song has a lyric that says Yellowbone, that's what he wants, assuming that she is talking about her current boyfriend, DaBaby. First of all, I'm tired of hearing about the baby. He's getting on my nerves. I'm just gonna go ahead and put that out there.
Well, regardless from the baby, I think the song
It's inappropriate.
Inappropriate and terrible. I don't know
Right.
what she was thinking when she went in the studio and recorded this, or who hyped her head up to record that, but no, it's a no.
She's canceled after that one, but
Yeah, I think
the only
she's
song I
definitely
like from her
canceled.
is Easy, and that's maybe because Chris Brown is on it.
Yeah,
But this
and I
song,
just-
the vocals were terrible.
The vocals are terrible, and I just didn't like her using the term yellow,
Yellow bone is
anyway.
what he wants.
That's so divisive in the African American community,
Right.
and I don't even think she's African American.
I don't think she is either. I've seen a previous picture of her before. She was like really, really, really light, and then I seen another picture, and she was like on the darker side. So
Yeah, and
I
she
don't know if
posted
she.
a pic of her parents, and they look pretty Hispanic to me. So
I don't know what Miss Dandelion, like whatever you have going on, we're not here for it, and you're canceled. And I hope she wasn't trying to take a stab at the baby's baby mother, because she may not be a yellow bone, but she is beautiful.
She is beautiful.
And she can rap better than her, sing, rap, whatever. So she better step back for the baby, be calling the baby mama and leaving Miss Dandelion. But that is it for Hot Topics. We'll see you next week.
Hello and welcome to Match Up with Maya. Coming to you live from Beyond the Sky, I'm Maya Ellison. Bradley Beal leading offensively, and let's talk about some crazy trade rumors. We'll tell you all about the latest in the NBA. One round to go as 4 teams are in for the game of their lives. I'm talking about, the NFC and the AFC championships. Tune in as we'll tell you some bold predictions and major facts. And stay tuned for a tribute to the legend himself, Hank Aaron. Who was he and why he stood as a proud figure for African Americans? A month into the 2021 NBA season, and things are looking up for some players. Let's talk about Bradley Beal, shooting guard for the Wizards. He's definitely leading offensively in the NBA so far. Beal, who's averaging 34.9 points per game, is performing quite well. But his team, on the other hand, I should say otherwise. Rounds of trade rumors and predictions have been made as to why Washington should trade Beal. So Wizards pretty much have a 3-8 record, right? And they're number 14 standing in the Eastern Conference. So what would happen exactly if they trade Beal? Well, let's say Beal takes on the Heat, right? That means the Wizards could possibly receive Goran Dragic, Duncan Robinson, and Andre Iguodala. That means giving the Wizards both young and veteran perspectives that could possibly help with performance. Or let's say that Beal takes on the Warriors. This means the Wizards would receive Kelly Oubre Jr., Kevin Looney, Jordan Poole, Marquise Chris, Michael Mulder, and Alan Smilajic. Multiple pieces for the Wizards could be used for trade purposes going forth or to possibly build a better team. The main question is, should Beal stay? Could he help with that Westbrook-Beal duo? We're not really sure. Before heading to the big game in Tampa, we have got to visit the NFC and the AFC championships. The NFC is met with the battle between the Buccaneers and the Packers, while the AFC takes off with the Bills and the Chiefs. After Patrick Mahomes suffered a concussion-like injury during the game against the Browns, fans were unsure about his involvement or not. But by the saving grace, I know you saw Mahomes was cleared and he was ready to compete. Now, taking a look at the Bills' defense, they could put up a pretty good fight on the field, thinking they might come in at full strength. I mean, having Tre'Davious White, Teron Johnson, Josh Norman, Micah Hyde, Jordan Poyer, these dudes have been beasting and coming in hot on the field. Now, versus the Chiefs' talent on the offense, you have Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Darrell Williams. Look, all of these players make an impact on the play, rushing and receiving. So how can the Bills withstand their energy at the top of the game? Now, the exciting thing about the Buccaneers and the Packers game is the battle of the 2 QBs. And I know you saw it, Brady versus Rodgers. Now, Tom Brady making it known that no matter what team he plays for, his numbers say differently. Brady totaled up 4,633 yards this season before the playoff game alone, completing 401 of 610 passes. Offensively, fans will not be watching the Brady-Brown duo as Antonio Brown was ruled out for the NFC championships, now adding Antoine Winfield to that list. So what does that mean? Well, offensively, wide receiver Chris Godwin and Mike Evans have been placed on the injury board, and their status was unknown. Ranking the team number 5 offensively, options will prevail to go up against the Packers defense. Players like Leonard Fournette, Ronald Jones II, Cameron Brate, Tyler Johnson rising up to the occasion. The Packers holding on to dominant players like Devontae Adams is going to be trouble for the Bucs, and I mean trouble. Aaron Rodgers totaling up 4,299 yards this season before the game, completing 372 of 526 passes. Rodgers being known for his dime throws and his accuracy, of course, his offense and defense has to match that. Matter of fact, they have to be ready for the Bucs as they will answer to each and every play. Green Bay's defense has been playing tremendously. Players like Curtis Barnes, Chandon Sullivan, Adrian Amos, and Rashawn Gary, to name a few, have all been holding it down defensively. The Packers' main obligation for that game was definitely performing on the defense end, stopping that number 2 offense in passing yards and that number 4 in overall touchdown. With Kingsley Keke out and Kevin King questionable, hopefully the Packers weren't met with any more absent players. On January 22nd, it was announced that the legend himself, the icon Hank Aaron, had passed away at the age of 86. Hank Aaron was a phenomenal man. The world knew him well as the home run king. And all I have to say is 755 career home runs. And I mean, that's not only why his name reigns. To not only be a black man in the deep South in Atlanta, Georgia, playing baseball and even passing Babe Ruth's record during that time, I can only imagine the things that Hank Aaron went through. He not only was remembered for his record-breaking stats, but for what his image meant during a time of segregation and racism. It kind of goes with what's going on today. Being met with death threats and so much more is just a bit of what Hank Aaron faced. A legend to all for his achievements, and his prominent image. So many respected and admired. Following in his idol Jackie Robinson's footsteps, it's definitely safe to say that Hank Aaron made his mark in the world, so we must say thank you. Well, that's all for me over here at Matchup with Maya. We'll see you next week on Beyond the Sky.
All right, let's get into some fashion, everyone. Today I have a special guest with me, Miss Tiara Williams.
Hello, everyone, and thank you, Kayla, for having me.
Absolutely. So we're going to get into the fashion looks of the 59th presidential inauguration ceremony. So first up, we have Miss Lady Gaga, and she is in a custom design by Daniel Rosenberry. So how do you feel about this big, bold, golden brooch that's on her chest?
I actually really like the brooch. I think that it was necessary because this was kind of more simplistic look, and the brooch just add that statement piece to the outfit. And I also think that its symbolism for peace is very good because that's what we need right now after having the president for 4 years. So we are very much in need of peace.
Absolutely. You know, with Lady Gaga, I feel like I'm always seeing her with super duper bold pieces. I feel like even though this is still bold, it still had a modest look to it. And a lot of people on Twitter were saying that the hairstyle was giving them Hunger Games. So I thought that was pretty interesting, especially with her singing the national anthem in this outfit. I still thought that this was a really good choice for her.
I agree.
And then next we have Miss Michelle Obama. Now, Michelle Obama basically almost broke Twitter because I saw Michelle Obama trending on Twitter, and I was like, let me see what Miss Michelle Obama has on. I love this burgundy outfit on her. Now, the theme was, it was supposed to be like shades of purple, which I could see. This is like a wild cranberry or dark berry look. I really love the belt on her. I thought that this was a very sophisticated look, especially with the gloves. The gloves really set it off.
I loved it as well. I think that the monochrome color fit her skin tone very well.
Yes.
And the belt just added the shape and dimension that the look needed.
Absolutely.
And not to mention her hair. It was slayed. Everyone was asking who did her hair on Twitter. It just looked really well.
Yes, everyone was saying that she probably took the curls out before she got out the car. The curls were sitting so nice.
They were.
Next up, we have Miss Jill Biden. I absolutely love this light blue look on her. Again, I love the monochrome looks that everyone was pulling off, but I especially thought that this was very tailored on her. I thought that the mask to match was just the perfect touch to this.
I also liked it, and I loved the neckline with the pearls and the gems. I think that that really added to her outfit, but I do think that it was on the simple side. It was pretty traditional for the event that she was attending. Most first ladies can be seen in something like that.
Right, and you know, especially after having our previous First Lady, I'm just excited to have a real First Lady again in the White House, I must say myself. I do think this was a classy take though. Very traditional, but very classy as well. And then next we have Miss J-Lo, Jennifer Lopez, in this beautiful Chanel pantsuit. I love this.
I had to say that was my second favorite outfit.
Yeah, definitely. I love the blouse. I love the flow of the pants. You know, most women's suits are really tailored nicely and, you know, kind of fitted, but I love how this was loose fitting on her, especially with her hair and makeup out of her face. I love that.
I loved her wide leg sequin pants. I think she added sass to an event that is usually supposed to be more serious, but she added her own flair to it. And I don't know if it was intentional, but the blouse kind of mimics that of what the presidents used to wear in their historical photos. So I think that was a good touch to the outfit as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. Next up, we have the poet, Miss Amanda Gorman. Now, this look was a little funny to me, and I'll say because the headband threw me off. However, we know it's really cold in DC, so the long coat was perfect. I love a nice statement color long coat, but the headband I just felt like wasn't for that particular hairstyle, I should say. But the mask, with the bedazzled mask, I thought that, you know, it had a little bit more flair. But I will say the poem was beautiful. So my mind definitely wasn't on the headband in that moment. You know, it was definitely for the beautiful poem that we needed in this country at the moment. But it was just the headband. The headband really threw it off for me.
Yeah, the poem was great, but the headband was very distracting. I didn't like the red against the yellow and black and white that she had going on, but I did love the coat. I love yellow on brown women.
Absolutely. Yellow just pops on brown skin.
It does.
And then next up we have Madam Vice President Kamala Harris in this purple monochrome look. So how do you feel about that?
I feel like purple is the color of royalty.
Absolutely.
And that the suit spoke to the nature of her strong personality and the way that it was tailored.
Right. And so, you know, a lot of people are saying that the color purple actually represents bipartisanship too, because when you mix the primary colors red and blue, you get purple. So I thought that was symbolic as well. We do need unity right now in this country. So I think this was an awesome choice as well. This coat was actually designed by a SCAD student at Savannah College of Art and Design. So I thought that was amazing as well to kind of showcase a young black designer in that way. Next, we have Ella Emhoff in this beautiful long coat. Now, to me, when I saw the bedazzles on the shoulders, that's what did it for me. I love sparkles, so I thought this was really cool. Plus, the collar on this was amazing as well.
Yeah, I really love the collar and I love the shoulders. I felt like the shoulders were very strong and I loved that about it. And also the embellishments as well. Like, it just set everything off. And the plaid, I love a plaid, so I was just all for this look.
Right, right. And I believe it or so, I think she was the only one that wore plaid. So to wear it in this way was really stunning to me. And then next we have Kamala Harris's nephew-in-law with some Dior ones. Now this was very different, y'all. This was very different. No one comes to the inauguration with some ones on. It's like some Dior custom ones. Come on. Now that was fly. I think that was really progressive in a way because, again, this is not traditional. And I think that really sets the tone for someone to just come on and just do something totally different, but also show who they are as a person, but still make it professional. You know, like make it high fashion, make it street style, but make it professional at the same time. Like, I just thought that was perfect. And then to see her nieces in this photo as well, kind of paying homage to her, Kamala and her younger sister when they were young wearing cheetah coats. I thought that was also kind of symbolic as well, and really just cool to say that my aunt is the Vice President of the United States. I just think that is just so heartwarming to me.
I feel like we're really moving into a time where people are able to creatively express themselves. And I feel like the professionalism and combining street style, it just worked in this situation. So I think we're going to be seeing a lot of that in 2021.
Definitely, for sure. And next up, we have, last but not least, Mr. Bernie Sanders. Now, Bernie. Bernie was all over the internet, you guys, especially on Twitter. He made it to Facebook. He made it to Instagram as a meme in this very relaxed look, you know? I felt like he definitely just kind of showed up in whatever. He's old, you know, and it's cold out in D.C. I'm sure he didn't really care that much, but, you know, this outfit was just kind of like, okay, like, really, Bernie?
I think Bernie forgot where he was going.
Yeah.
There's no way. Like, everyone else is dressed up and he's just there chilling. And I'm just like, okay, Bernie, did you forget this is an inauguration?
Right, and a historical one at that. And then the fact that, you know, we're finally getting a real president again. Let's say that. And for him to just kind of show up kind of like whatever, like, come on, Bernie. But I think it was funny. The meme was hilarious. Now, he did something very smart. He pivoted with this picture and actually sold it on his campaign website, sold it on sweatshirts, sold out, and donated all of that to charity. So
wow.
I thought that was really smart to just kind of take something that was funny and make a positive out of it.
That was great.
Yes. So next up, we're going to get into some thrifting tips. Spring is right around the corner, which is the perfect time to get into some thrifting. So Tiara, why don't you tell us about a perfect guide to thrifting?
Yes, so keeping up with the latest trends is very hard in college and very expensive. So when people think of style, the furthest thing from their minds is thrifting, but you find a lot of hidden gems in the thrift store. My first tip is establishing a foundation. When you think of an outfit, you need a top, bottoms, whether it be pants or skirt, or a dress, and outerwear if need be. So you need to establish that first. Once you have your basic layers, you can always build off of that. My second tip is that size doesn't matter as long as it isn't too small. So you can always go up a size and you can fix that and tailor it to your size with a belt, corsets, different things. So never worry about if it's too big. There's always ways around that.
For sure, for sure.
My third tip is that clothes have no gender. I find most of my best pieces in the men's section, and you restrict your options when you're only looking for clothing in the women's aisle. So I say that you should go into the men's section and look to see what you can find in there. And being that men have more fabric in their clothing, you can always use the excess fabric to make things such as head wraps or headbands and things of that nature. My fourth tip is to be creative. When you're at the thrift store, you have more opportunity to experiment with your clothing. So that could be like cutting the sleeves off, making a crop top. You can sew things together. There are many things that you can do with thrifted items because they aren't as expensive as what you find in the stores.
True, true. You know, I love the tip about, you know, going in the men's department because that is something that a lot of people definitely don't think about. And, you know, you can just definitely take an oversized t-shirt and make a crop top out of it, and that's what I always do. I'm always cutting the shirt now.
My fifth tip is to accessorize. Accessories bring any outfit from 1 to 10. So I think that the thrift store has the best accessories. You'll never see anyone else with what you have on. And I think like if you're wearing something simple, then you can wear a nice statement necklace. If you're wearing something that's extravagant, then you wear a simple necklace. There are always different ways to accessorize.
Sure. I think that I'm always gravitating towards layered necklaces, but I never think about getting necklaces from a thrift stop. So I'm glad you told me that one too.
And good rings also. They have the best rings and they're so cheap. You'll probably pay like 50 cents for a ring.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that next for sure.
And my last tip is to use Pinterest. Many people are new to thrifting and they don't know where to start. I go to Pinterest a lot for outfit inspiration, so that's all you have to do. You can recreate any look that you see on Pinterest in the thrift store for less than $20.
That's great. I love Pinterest. I also love We Hearted. They're almost like the same thing. But I love saving collections of things on Pinterest all the time, especially with hair and makeup and fashion. So I'm glad you told me that tip too. So now I'm going to think about it when I go to the thrift shop. Let me get on Pinterest.
Yes.
Those are great tips, Tiara. So now you're going to show us a little outfit using your tips.
Okay guys, so this is the look that I've come up with. Everything costs less than $20, $16 to be exact. And the only things that weren't thrifted are the shoes, glasses, and bag. I started off with the top and the skirt, and then I built from there. When I first received this sweater, it had sleeves and it was a crew neck. I cut it to get the sleeves off and I made it into a V-neck.
I don't think we're free in this country. For 100 years, you saw Black people menaced and targeted and lynched and beaten and brutalized. I think we're burdened by this history. More people have to be willing to do that uncomfortable, inconvenient thing that justice requires for things to get better.
Truth can inspire change. Learn more at EJI.org.
I'm Classy K, and welcome back to Hot and Healthy, where we keep it cute but healthy. Today, we have a special surprise for everyone because we are going to do some hot yoga. I am so excited to introduce our guests, but before we get started, I wanted to give a little background on all the benefits of yoga and uses for everyday life. Yoga is a type of exercise that not only focuses on the physical effects of your body, but as well as the mental and spiritual benefits. Starting as an ancient Indian tradition, it is now practiced all over the world and includes several benefits such as improving strength, balance, and flexibility, helps with back pain relief, can ease arthritis symptoms, benefits heart health, helps you sleep better, more energy and brighter moods, and helps you manage stress. Some popular yoga poses include the mountain pose, downward facing dog, child pose, tree pose, and several more. Yoga's true definition means union, and here at Beyond the Sky, we want to bring all our rattlers together and get this fitness together. Our special guest, Christelle Haygood, will be joining us after the break. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Hey Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
And welcome back. We have our lovely guest, Christelle, here. How are you,
Hi,
Christelle?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
Well, hello, everyone. I am Christelle Heaven Haygood. I'm a Master's of Business student from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and I own the Hottie University Style Like HU and Hottie Eats.
Okay, so tell me a bit about Hottie University. How did you come up with that?
Well, so I am a big fan of Megan Thee Stallion, and I feel like, she just embodies, working out. She embodies curvier women, and she just shows us how to be healthy just as a curvier woman, like as myself. So I wanted to make sure that women as myself that are curvier can have, I guess, a lifestyle to live by and just be healthy out in the real world, and don't have to, I guess, be by the norms of people, just like saying that we're not healthy, but we really are, even though we're curvier, with the Black women and everything. We just have different body shapes and body types, especially with the European kind of standards. I wanted to break that in a sense, so.
Okay, so with the Hottie University, do you sell workout gear, put out workout videos?
Right,
Do you have
all the
classes
shebang,
or anything?
the whole thing. I love TikToks. I use TikToks on the Hottie University. Hottie Eats is more so like a meal plan, meal prep business where I give students like different ways to eat in college, different ways to stay healthy and stay fine or stay weight gain or not weight gain. Style Like HU is actually the fitness business that Style Like HU style. So we style all the Hottie University apparel. So this is one of them that I'm wearing right now, actually a prototype, just for my business. And we just show that curvier women are what it is to be the beauty standard for fitness. So.
Okay, so I know you mentioned curvier women. I'm a little petite.
Yeah.
I'm on the petite side. So for people like me, do you also do workout videos for like glutes?
Yes,
like
yes. That? I'm more so on strength training. I feel like everyone can do strength training from whatever size you are. I feel like strength training can either help you gain muscle, help you lose weight depending on your size. Personally, I just recently lost 61 pounds. So, I do strength training personally for my glutes and for my arms, but for like my waist and everything, I usually waist train.
So talk to me about your weight loss journey. You said you lost 61 pounds.
Yeah.
When did you decide like, okay, I'm gonna start this up, get in the gym and lose this weight?
Well, I feel like it's like a thing like my entire life. I feel like I've always like looked at weight loss as I guess, something negative at first until I came here to FAMU and I seen beautiful women of all shapes and sizes, and I just took my mind off of the negativity and put it in a positive light. So I wanted to just work out for my health, and I felt like I wasn't really as healthy as I could be as a college student, and I feel like a lot of college students aren't as healthy. So I wanted to just be that light in college, just to show people that you could still be healthy on a budget, still be fine on a budget, and still look good even though that you're healthy and you're doing other things that college students might not do, like meal prep and, you know, take things that maybe college students might not drink or something like that, just to ensure that, you know, you're looking good and feeling good throughout the day.
Okay, that's great. So when it comes to on your weight gain or weight loss journey, talk to me about the mental side of it, because a lot of times when people are losing weight or gaining weight, they tend to have those episodes where they feel like they can't do it, or they just see things on Instagram and just get deterred from the weight that they want to lose or gain.
Right, so mental health, I feel like you have to start with mental health. Mental health is like the first step. If your mind's not there, you can't really like keep the weight off or gain the weight. I feel like if you just don't think about it all the way through and do the steps, the baby steps first, it's like, you ever think of when people say like you go faster with like more steps, or you go faster with more people instead of just going alone? I feel like mental health is like that next person. Like you have to go with mental health, you have to go with strength, you have to go with, not to play any religion on anybody, you have to go with Jesus. You have to go with like a lot of things into weight loss journey, because I feel like people just go too fast into it, so it doesn't stick. So I feel like your mental health has to be the #1 friend that you have next to you. A positive mental health, not negativity where you're body shaming yourself or anything of that sort. More so of like accepting who you are, where you are in your journey, and just really ensuring that you're taking the baby steps to go there. So that would really help your mental health when you take your time on yourself instead of rushing it and doing what you love. Like I know a lot of people don't like running, a lot of people don't like jogging, and personally I feel like when you start with what you love, it'll stick more. So
okay, well, I'm not too big on the working out thing, but I do like yoga. So
Yeah.
you can show me some yoga tips to start off.
Okay. So today we're gonna do 5 yoga poses, and right now we're gonna start with the downward dog. Okay. So what you do is put your hands flat on the ground, and then you're gonna push up, and you're gonna hold it for 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you're gonna put your right foot into your hands and hold this position for 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. And then you're gonna try to slide your right foot by your left. Yes, and you're gonna hold it.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. And then we're gonna come back up. And we're gonna repeat with the left leg. Drive it in, hold it for 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and slide it.
I don't know about this one.
4, 3, 2, 1. And then you're gonna go back to the downward dog. And this is like the yoga poses I do every morning, just to like crack my inner hips and my back. And then you're gonna come to the front. And I'll just do it until you can hear, I guess, some cracks or feel some like stretching. But this would definitely make you feel better in the morning, and just, I guess, stretch out your back and your mid-thigh.
I feel like I'm doing a plank.
You definitely have to have some type of strength for this move. And then you're gonna push back up. You're just gonna hold it on your knees, yeah. You're just gonna hold it. 3, 2, 1. And I feel like that was more than 5 poses, but it was all together. But that's really what I do in the morning to just get myself.
Well, that was definitely rejuvenating. I'm definitely going to add that in with my morning meditation.
Yes,
some
I'm
yoga.
happy.
Thank you so much for coming. Let people know where they can find you on Instagram.
Well, shout out to all the hotties out there. You can find me on The Hottie University, Style Like HU if you want to rock some hottie clothes, or Hottie Eats if you want some meal plans.
Thanks. Thank you so much for coming. And make sure you guys stay tuned next week for Beyond the Sky Entertainment.